Lawrence.
There we go. Now we're live.
And we're live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Daily Whatever Show. I am Dana Dubois.
I'm Lawrence Winterman, and I'm very red again. I swear I
It's,
haven't hit the tanner at the
I
gym
think you're
again.
saying it's fucked up Friday, but as per usual, Lawrence, we were backstage. We could hear each other just fine. As soon as we
Wait,
went
can you
live,
hear
I
me?
lost you, so I'm going to leave and come back.
Oh shit. Did you
I'm
lose me?
sorry to, uh, one day we're going to figure out why this happens.
Oh my god, StreamYard, we hate you. Our guest today is the amazing Michelle Kinney. You know her as the co-anchor of the Mayday Morning Show and the co-founder of the Seneca Project and a million other things. Um, You know what? I'm just going to bring Michelle on camera right now because why the hell not? I need a co-host. Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Good morning. You know what the
Good.
thing is about StreamYard is, because we use it too, and it is
Yeah,
it's been a racket lately, right? It's
right.
very glitchy. I'm
It
having all
is.
kinds of problems.
It is super glitchy, and Dana and I have this very specific bug where as
Yes.
soon as we go live, she can't hear me anymore. I can hear her. The audience can hear her. The audience can hear
Yeah,
me.
because I could hear
She
you just fine. Yeah.
Right. You could
Yeah.
hear me. Yeah, we don't know what's going on. The only solution is that she drops and rejoins. So,
Fantastic.
welcome to Fucked Up Friday, Michelle.
It has been a week of weird technology things. The Substack thing's been going on a bit longer. Does it
Mm.
happen every time, Lawrence, or just some of the time, though? I feel like it's not quite every time.
No, so far I think it's been every time.
Is
Mm.
it?
Um,
Because
yeah,
yesterday it was just me, so it wouldn't have happened.
yeah.
Anyhow,
It's at
we
least
don't
like
have a
99, 98% of it, like enough that we could call it every time. It's a glitch that our audience should probably plan on it as a
Yeah,
feature
work
and
it
not a
into the
bug.
show. Make it a segment.
we
You know what I
Yeah,
do.
mean?
yeah. It's a total. And Dana's second intro. Here we
Right,
go.
right, right, right.
Well, hey, Michelle, just in case there's anyone in our crowd who doesn't know who you are,
Yeah.
would you please introduce yourself to the chat?
Sure. This is always a very daunting thing. It's like, tell me about yourself. I'm like, okay. Uh, like, wait, do you want the long story, the very, very short story? Okay.
I mean, I
So
want the long story, but
yeah, but for everybody else, we'll
yeah.
make it. I'll make it as brief as possible. So all of the things you said were true. I am the co-anchor of the Mayday Morning Show and the co-founder of the Mayday Network with Julie Roginski. We are very new / haven't officially launched yet. We're working out the kinks right now. But before that, I was the co-founder of the Seneca Project. You may have seen the American Girl ad that went super viral during the 2024 presidential election. It's Seneca Project named after Seneca Falls, and the women's rights convention that happened there. And we wanted to focus on women's rights, and we thought that was going to be central to the 2024 election, and unfortunately didn't really seem to be the case. And before that, I was at the Lincoln Project for 4 years, 3 of which I was a creative director. I produced a bajillion ads there with that team. And before that, I have a background in theater. I went to school for theater. I was a performer and singer. And then between those, I worked in photography and photojournalism for a number of years as well. So, jack of all trades, master of some.
Master of lots. All right.
Yeah.
Friends, if you don't get what she's saying, she's a fucking boss, okay? She
Right?
knows what she's doing.
The
Can I
Lincoln
also tell a
Project.
little tale on you, Michelle, which is the Mayday Morning Show is highly produced, right? It is really fucking great looking, and that's all Michelle.
Oh,
She is sitting
thank
there
you.
on StreamYard as she is literally co-hosting the show, doing all the bells and whistles and the animations and the mogurts and all the crazy
It's
stuff.
true.
Like, that's Michelle.
Yeah.
So if you love the Mayday Morning Show like I do, part of the reason you love it so much is because Michelle makes it look amazing.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Well, we have fun. We have fun, and as we're here on this Friday, there's not a lot of happy stuff to talk about.
Yeah, no, there is not.
In the morning,
There's
we try
not.
to
And
keep
it
it
seems like
light,
these
but man,
days,
yeah,
even the happy stuff is, oh, this horrible thing they've been plotting didn't go well, right? Or like the
Right?
happy news is, oh, that whole El Paso thing was just somebody fucking around with a high power
party,
laser.
right? Well, they shot down a party balloon.
Right.
Wow, great. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's going well.
Yeah.
Yes, thanks for asking. Everything's great. I posted something to Substack last night that I was like, I think this is good news. I think I don't I know it's fucked up Friday, but this was something that was really fucked up that I think got a little better, which I think
Mm.
falls under your categorization, Lawrence, of like it's never just good news. It's bad news being removed. But Amazon and its ring light, did you guys see this? They came off the Flock network.
Oh, I did see that.
So
Yes.
that's a
There was
pretty
so much pushback. Yeah.
yes.
Wait, what? I didn't see this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me
Do
go
tell.
find this story. Are you aware of Flock and the traffic cameras and the surveillance?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So our buddy Melissa Corrigan has done great reporting
Yes.
on
We had her
Flock.
on the show. She's amazing. Yeah.
She's amazing, right? And Flock puts up these traffic cameras, right?
Mhm.
Solar powered or whatever, all over the
Right.
place. They're on FedEx trucks. And basically
Getting
they're
ring.
surveilling, right? They're taking pictures of not just license plates, but like the entire description of the car.
Right. I
You
did
know,
see that.
you know,
Yes,
like,
yes,
oh, it's a
yes.
red Toyota Camry. It's got a ding in the left rear fender. The driver is usually this person
Right.
who
It's
goes
tracking
on
your
this route.
movements.
Right,
Right.
exactly. And so Flock has built a platform called Nova that integrates a whole lot of feeds together, and Ring had joined as a partner.
Is this the thing about the dog? Like, let's find your dog
Yes,
thing?
yes, yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Like Ring's whole Super Bowl ad of like, we can help you find your
Yeah, I
dog.
was like, this is the most
We
dystopian.
can't find Savannah Guthrie's mom, but we can help you find your dog and any
Yes.
illegal person who might be roaming down your street from 300
Right.
yards. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and
Yes.
so when
So
Ring
the-
had integrated to their platform, it was literally possible to track a person from the moment they left their front door into their car, where they went, all the cameras along the way, any house that they drove past. So many people pushed back on Amazon, they withdrew Ring from the Flock network.
So
Listen,
good news.
Good
right?
news, and also proving that our voices still hold weight and power in this
Yes.
moment. And, in late stage capitalism, they are most concerned about losing their money and losing
Yeah.
customers. And, that's the one, bargaining chip we still have.
Right.
Yes,
Exactly.
this is in CNBC. I saw this late last night. Amazon Ring has terminated its partnership with police tech company Flock Safety. The partnership came under scrutiny after the Amazon doorbell company ran an ad during the Super Bowl that touted a search party feature that uses AI to help locate lost pets.
Also, just like the amount of money that it takes to produce and then place a Super Bowl ad.
Right.
No.
Michelle, you're a
Oh.
consultant, you're a messaging person. Can
Right.
you imagine being on the team at Ring that greenlighted that Super Bowl commercial? Like, given the current political environment, who said, you know what we should really do? We should feature how our doorbells are everywhere and can surveil everything, including lost pets.
I think that they thought that the dog part of this was going to help them.
Yo,
And they were like, well,
Right.
people
Everybody
love,
loves dogs.
like, they love dogs. People care about animals more than they care about people. So, let's use the dog, and that will be the thing that, and I legitimately, they probably focus grouped it to death, and it framed it in a way that helped their argument. That's just what I'm guessing. And they thought,
Right. And they were like, everyone can relate to the fear of a lost dog.
yeah.
What could be more American
What
than
would you
football
do for
and
your
puppies?
dog?
Right.
Football
Right.
and puppies and surveillance tech.
Yeah.
The final bullet point here is that Ring's decision to cancel its partnership with Flock comes as tech companies face growing pressure to re-examine their work with federal agencies. So keep this up, you guys. Like,
Yeah.
Melissa, you were the first person I know to even peep about this, and you've been. I know Melissa's in the chat, so I'm talking to her directly. Melissa Corrigan. She's been reporting on this. She's been like going to city council meetings where she lives about it. And the fact that in today's political ecosystem where we are, that they didn't think people would see this lost puppy thing and see through it to, I wonder what else they're tracking. Like, you could just hear the people at Nova being like, Ixnay on the Og Day.
Right.
They're gonna figure out what we're doing.
Right.
Right.
And we did. So good news? Can we say good news?
I mean, a win for Team Good, I guess.
I
Like a
I
small
am
win for
gonna
Team Good. Now we only need 9 jillion more of those.
Right. It's the
um,
better scenario of a terrible situation.
Right.
Yeah.
really
Right.
Yeah.
terrible situation.
Right. And
Yeah.
also, do we all really believe that they are fully divested, right? Like that's the other thing I think
Yeah.
about this moment is the
Yes.
Mhm.
PR release says that they have pulled out from the program, but don't you think there's the backdoor clause that says,
Always. Always. It's like,
like
oh, we're pulling the agents out of Minneapolis. No, you're not. No, you're
right,
not.
Yeah, they
right.
You
haven't.
know,
My
Yeah,
it's
friends
not
you
a
from
pulled out
Minneapolis.
3, and
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
So Save Act, ladies.
Let's have a little segue to things that are not going so well. The Save Act, now the Mega Act, right? Make elections great again. Isn't that the new name for it?
Oh my god.
I didn't make that up. Someone on our show told us that. I think it was Larissa Reinhardt
I
earlier
mean, it
this
makes
week.
sense. Like some dumb branding, that,
Right.
it's
Um, yeah, it's so crazy because Melissa, again, hi Melissa Corrigan, you're amazing. She and I co-wrote a story for Blue Media about the Save Act.
mhm.
Um, she had written just a note, but it was this brilliant note calling out senators. And I was like, we should write a real story about this. And in investigating this story, I was like, oh, it passed the House last year, and it's just been sitting there for months and months and months. Like, what's the call to action here? Because they're not
Mhm.
about to vote on it or anything.
Right.
We posted it last week, and then explosion. Suddenly, we voted on the House. The House had to vote on it again, I guess, in its new form,
I'm not surprised.
and they fucking passed it again.
I'm
Like,
not surprised.
Right. Side
I'm
note,
not
confidential
either.
note to Dana. Remember how we talked about manifesting, my friend?
I
Be
didn't
Try
careful.
manifest.
this.
I wasn't manifesting. I was just
Manifesting for good, Dana.
right. I'm gonna pull it up right now, unless I'm not looking at the chat. I bet Karen's already got it. Karen Marie Shelton is our amazing moderator, and usually is 10 steps ahead of me. But
Which is hard to do. Dana and I have been friends for 47 years,
Oh my
Michelle. Like,
gosh.
not a
Wow.
joke. Literally
Wow.
47 years.
yeah,
It's very hard to be 10 steps ahead of Dana.
I know. But when I'm on air, it's a thank you, first of all, and also I'm on air, so Michelle, it sounds like you're a wonder at both talking and sounding intelligent, and also being able to manipulate to
Listen,
split your
it's
attention like that. It is an
it's
art.
very difficult. It's a skill that has been developed out of necessity, unfortunately, not
Right.
it's but you just when we get good at it, the multitasking.
Right.
Um
Right. Because when you're doing
yeah.
it on a shoestring and you don't have money for a producer,
Exactly.
right?
That's where
Someone's
my
got to
theater
do it.
background comes into play
Right.
because I was like, let's do a show. We have no money.
Right.
We'll
We
do it
flip
in
it
my dad's
over and
basement.
paint it
Yeah.
blue.
Right. Right. I'll do the lights. I'll do the sound, and I'll be in it, and I'll direct. You know what I mean? Like that's
Right.
just that's how it
I
works.
love that.
That's so right, and
Democracy
that
is
is
going
how.
to be saved by all the theater kids who are good at wearing multiple hats.
Right. There's a great speech by Josh Groban at an award show for kids who it's like a high school Tonys kind of thing. And he's like, you want something done, hire a theater kid. They'll show up and they will basically Google how to do something and they will show up the next day and do it like they've been doing it for 10 years. And like that's how theater kids are and how that you can always count on them to work hard and be shapeshifters and take direction and nothing is too good or they're not too good for anything. There's no task that's too beneath them. They will do it.
I
And
love that.
yeah, it's actually, a big part of my background. I feel like that has really informed kind of everything since then. You're a self-starter and you just make shit happen. You just know it's not a possibility. We'll
Right.
just do it.
Oh, Betsy is sick? Okay, I guess I could do that part
Yeah.
because I
Yeah, I'll do
studied all
it.
the lines anyway.
Right.
The
All
show
right.
must go on.
Yeah.
The democracy must go on.
Right.
Well, then there's that. Yeah.
This is a tangent before getting into the Save Act, Mega Act, whatever the fuck that act is called now, which we're going to get right into. But one question for you, as someone who is scrappy and producing and sees how things work, can we talk for a minute about how lives, as of a few days ago, are suddenly like way larger? and what we think is happening.
Oh,
Have
on
you noticed
Substack?
that as well?
On
On
Substack.
Substack.
So it's interesting because I'm not like a Substack person.
Yeah.
It's a foreign place to me and another
Oh,
platform that I have to update. Like for me, I'm like, oh my God,
yes.
why are there more? But Julie Roginski, who I work with, is a huge Substack person. And so she was streaming a couple of our shows over there. She's like, oh my God, there's 4,000 people watching. I'm like, 4,000?
Yeah.
Really? And I was like, that seems like a lot. I was like, that's probably just a fluke. And then the next
Yep.
day,
Mhm.
we had Tom Malinowski on for a live episode of our podcast since he had lost the race in New Jersey 11th.
Right.
Another 4,000 people. And I was like, that's crazy. So I didn't know if that, I was like, we suddenly just got very popular.
It's
like
consistent across Tuesday morning. It was, my time, 6:59 and 59 seconds.
Yeah.
We're trying to go live with Larissa Reinhardt and Substack was just down. It was pulling all kinds of errors. And then we came live and instantly had all these people in the chat. And it's not just us, it's every the folks in the chat are weighing in too. I was wondering if you had any theories on what was going on as a production person, but you're right, you are more YouTube forward than Substack.
Yeah, I mean, I would guess that they're just doing something on the back end to just make sure they're showing things to maybe there's like an algorithm situation.
Right.
They're just, presenting the content to more people who might have shared interests. I mean, that could be a part of it.
Famous hypothesis,
yeah.
I think is really good, is that they are finally integrating their Substack TV numbers. So they recently announced.
Yes.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah. And because having it on my Apple TV honestly makes things a lot easier for me to even have it on in the background. Just kind of turn it on. But you're right. I turned on the app the other day and it wasn't working on the Apple TV. It kept saying error, error. I was like, what's this about? So there must have been like fixing some stuff on the back end. Yeah.
All right. Anyone out there, if you're watching this on Apple TV, I know you can't text back in the chat. Probably. I haven't tried Apple TV app yet. I need to. But if you are doing that, DM me or Lawrence and let us know, because we're wondering where our audience is coming in from. And of course, Substack never tells us anything. It's just you come in one day and you're like, oh, things are different. And this, I would say, falls under the same theme we were talking about of good news, like improved. So
listen, I'll take another platform if it doesn't suppress certain voices and topics and things like that, right? So the fact that there's more people, talking about this kind of stuff and speaking truth to power is a very important and powerful thing in this moment. So not over like on Instagram and even on YouTube. I mean, honestly, there's certain subject matter that you start to see, gets a little pushed down. Yeah. And I'm like, well, here's the tech overlords telling us what we can and cannot think about,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Speaking of YouTube, I have somebody in the YouTube chat making me a very vulgar and disgusting offer. And hard pass, man who needs cookies. Hard pass.
Oh, I thought you were going to say telling us that we're like,
right. Good morning. and yet I know that I am embodying male privilege here because, as you two know, as women on the internet, what I am receiving is 1/billionth of what any woman on the internet receives on a daily, hourly, minutely basis.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But good for you, Lawrence. I'm sorry it wasn't someone you wanted to take him up on his offer.
I'm really not sure that it is.
But
we were going to talk about the Mega Act.
Yes. Yeah. Let's do it. And I'm going to give, where are her treats?
Out of treats?
No, they're here. I just set them somewhere else. This is my running joke.
We need a sponsorship from Nature Naws.
We do.
You got to reach out to them.
Nature Naws is the treat that keeps my dog quiet while I podcast.
See? There you go.
It's nutritious. It's small for her little mouth.
Right. And I assume it's delicious.
Looks very chewy. Yeah.
Tasty. Right. I have to do the influencer.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this? I mean, just look at the brown of that stick. You want that? Good dog. Good dog. Okay. Let's get into it. And we can do this too and show the little dog behind me.
I love all the green, by the way. Love.
Thank you. Yeah,
have you noticed that we're sort of like red, green, yellow primary color represent?
Yeah.
I'm not mad about that.
No.
And I'm wearing.
And Michelle, amazing color choice. The green of that jacket and the green of your eyes, like Seriously.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I know every time I wear this, it's
Woman
always
who
a
knows her shades.
True.
Oh, are my eyes green?
Right. Ooh. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Love it. Let's talk
This
about
is what
this
you get with
act.
the Daily Whatever show.
Yes.
Cranky
Please.
old gay man.
Being like, girl, you look fabulous in
You
that
are my
Right.
people.
Who can't resist telling a fabulous woman that she looks fabulous. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. You're my people. You're my
Oh
people.
my gosh. Let me do the influencer thing too and say, send up lots of hearts for Michelle. It's so good
Oh,
having you here today. This
I'm
just
so
feels like
glad to be here.
we've known you
Honestly.
forever.
I know. It's
Um,
fun.
so the Save Act, I
Yeah.
think we're just avoiding it
I know.
because
We're like,
so to go back to like 10 minutes ago, going back in time, Melissa Corrigan and I write this story for Blue Ant Media about what the Save Act is and why it's insidious, because on the outside, it's being messaged as this, we're saving elections
This is
by requiring proof of citizenship. And I saw Fox News was messaging it as like, why did, and USA Today of all places, messaging it as like, why do Democrats hate free and fair elections? Why are they against this act to save elections? There are not non-citizens voting.
Yeah,
That
that's
is not
not
a
a thing.
problem. It is a
Right.
made-up
Doesn't
problem.
happen.
Right.
And the solution is it is disenfranchising millions and millions of women from voting.
Yeah.
Because it impacts anyone whose name is not the same as the name on their birth certificate. Disproportionately, far and away.
Married women.
Yep.
Married women.
Yes.
And I
I
think
would be one of those
70
women.
million.
My name does not match my birth certificate.
Same.
So,
Same.
right?
I have a different legal name. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So it went live. We posted the story. People commented on it, restacked it. And I'm like, great, we're getting the word out. And then within a couple days, bam, it's returning for a vote, slightly updated and rebranded as Mega, Make Elections Great Again. And here we are.
Big,
It went
bill.
to,
Yeah, it's just so stupid.
it's we've never seen a bill like this. It's the most beautiful. Everyone
Well,
thinks it's the most beautiful, amazing bill that
right.
ever has been. And it repassed the House.
Right.
Lawrence, this is where I'm
the
gonna
House and it's going to the Senate. Yep.
Lawrence, why did it have to repass the House? You're sort of my guru on these such things. Is it because it changed significantly enough that it's just a different piece of legislation?
It could be that, or Michelle, correct me, you might know this. There is something about a bill, even if a bill has been previously passed, if it's a new session of Congress, it has to get passed again. So
that might be. I'm not one of the rules of the procedure. But that makes sense. Yeah, and I'm sure that they tweaked it to make it more insidious.
Yeah. For example, did you know that it bans ranked choice voting? So all of the jurisdictions in the country that have implemented ranked choice voting,
City of New York, that's new to us. Yeah,
the City of New York, right? Yeah, places in Washington State, Alaska. It's now, if it passes, it would be illegal. All of those jurisdictions would have to change their process.
Yeah. Well, because when the policies and the ideology that you're putting out into the world are so unpopular, you basically have to take the right to vote away from all the people who don't like it. And that's largely women. Women, women overwhelmingly don't vote for this shit. It wasn't long ago that we couldn't have bank accounts. It wasn't long ago that we couldn't get lines of credit or buy a home without the signature of a man. That was just in the 70s.
And since Lawrence and I were born, when we were born, women could not have those things. Like,
right. And
we're oldsters, but we're not that old.
No, not by any means.
Like,
and exactly. And so at Seneca Project, obviously, this is something we talked about a lot because we wanted to remind people of that, especially younger women who might not know that. And what we received in the chat during the show that I did with Tara and in emails, people would send us stories of women saying, when I was a little girl, I remember standing with my mother at Sears and wanting to apply for a Sears credit card and them asking where her husband was to sign for her. And that was such a significant enough moment in that woman's life as a child that it didn't leave her. Right. And these are the things that we take for granted now. And I mean, we all watch Handmaid's Tale, right?
Oh yeah. And I read it. I haven't seen it. I've read it, but
right. So all of the flashback scenes that happen in that series are chilling. And that series premiered, I believe, in the spring of 2017.
Mhm.
And there's a scene when all of a sudden, you know, they're trying to June's trying to use her debit card to buy coffee, and it won't work. And she's like, I was just paid. This doesn't make any sense. And then a couple of days later, you know, the armed guards come in and take all the women out of the workplace. They're like, I'm sorry, it's now illegal for you all to work, which seems crazy. It doesn't seem so crazy anymore.
Right.
And then
It
they
doesn't seem
find
so.
out, they find out that they've frozen all bank accounts that have a female attached to it. And you can access the money, but only through your father or your husband.
Right. You know,
Right.
I love to bring this up every time Handmaid's Tale comes up. Margaret
Mhm.
Atwood, for years, received
Mhm.
grief about this novel, right?
Yep.
And people were like, oh, you know, it's too fantastical. And her
Mm-mm.
response every single time was, I have written proof. All of my
Exactly.
notes when I was writing the book, everything that appears in that book is something that is occurring in the world right now
Yep.
or has occurred. Nothing is fantastical. All of it
That's
is
right.
real.
Mhm.
And people are like, oh, blah, blah. And she's right. I mean, she was right.
Yep.
It's all stuff that it has existed or does exist currently in some other country under some other regime, or it turns out could exist under the MAGA Christo-fascist authoritarian
Yep.
dictatorship that we're about
Yep.
to get.
And this
Yes.
evangelical right, they are patient. They play the long game. They're like Al Qaeda or Taliban, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
They will wait. They will put in the work. They will have their billionaire donors just throw money at them and, like, you know, try things, fail, try again, fail, but then they'll get a win. And they got a win with Roe after decades of trying to overturn Roe v. Wade.
Yes.
And so if you spend any amount of time on right-wing media, like I do, unfortunately, especially in my days when I was over at Lincoln, I watched this stuff and all of these, you know, right-wing podcasters all the time. And what are the things that they are largely talking about in the last several years? Repealing the 19th Amendment. This is a huge talking point. And anybody who pays attention to this should not be shocked by this. The SAVE Act has been introduced as legislation several times over the last couple of decades, but it was so wackadoo that it didn't see the light of day. They needed the correct and perfect condition to make this a possibility. They were patient and they
Right.
never let go of their dream of repealing a woman's right to vote.
Right.
And
And
I
this is our
Dream of
conversation
oppressing
about
half the country.
I know, just like, oh, and
Yeah.
listen, they're not going to stop.
No.
A lack of imagination is a very dangerous thing. If you can
Agreed.
imagine something, they're already thinking about it.
Yep.
And the things that these men are saying are so abhorrent. I put together a video. I put this together in August of 2024, just to give some context.
Okay.
And this is something I had just thrown together in a few hours because it was something that we were talking about at Seneca and something we were talking about during the election. I was like, they're telling us what they're going to do. They're talking about it openly.
Yeah.
And they're not going to stop until we are home, we are breeding, we are silent, we're illiterate, we're uneducated, and we're, you know, and eventually we're dead because they don't care if we live or die in the process of breeding their white children. Like, because that's a huge part of this. This is the last gasp of white supremacy. So if you have it queued up, this is just a very short montage of some of the loudest voices in the evangelical right.
Make sure that we can hear
The reason why I have grown to despise democracy, everyone is allowed to vote.
Right.
Everyone. And just for the record, you know, yeah, I think the 19th Amendment should be repealed. I think that because, well, first and foremost, because I'm a Christian, you know, and that is the Christian position. Oh my gosh, that you're saying that? Yes, that is the Christian position. By repealing the 19th Amendment, just for the record, it's not just trying to take away a female vote, but it's trying to say, no, there's a family vote. Right. There's a household. And it's like, well, where do women get their voice? Well, where women get their voice is from their father, from their husband. If they're not married, it's from their father. If they're not married and their father is dead, it's from their brother, it's from their uncle, it's the men in their lives that love them.
I've been accused of being sexist and misogynist, and for whoever's accused me of that, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. And fuck you, you feminist twats. when you're in your
Amazing.
ego and your desire to gain power by still using your sexuality, you can't get ahead. You can only get ahead by either fucking more powerful men or suing more powerful men or shitting on more powerful men. You can't get more powerful independently. Imagine that. That's why they get desperate, feminists do, because they can't get ahead without either giving head or taking a head off in the court.
A lot of women want to be raped, and when I say raped, I mean like, that sounds bad when I say it like that, but there's like a lot of women that really want a guy to beat the shit out of them. But also they have to pretend, but part of it is they have to pretend like they don't.
When women were granted the right to vote, the nation had already accepted the lie that a nation is nothing more than a collection of individuals. And so the matter was framed this way: men as individuals can vote, so why cannot individual women do the same? We were so muddled, we thought we were giving the franchise to women when we were in fact taking it away from families.
People are like, that's so archaic. You're a Neanderthal. You're so, primitive and chauvinistic. You won't let women vote. Well, our society doesn't let 5-year-olds vote. We don't let children vote, and it's not just because of competency, because that would be the immediate counter as well. But their brain isn't fully developed, and so are you saying that a woman is like a child? Yes.
And that is a grain of sand.
Sorry, I need to go vomit. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I
it's
think I
upsetting.
literally can't breathe fully right
It's
now.
upsetting. It's
Yeah.
really upsetting. And that is when I say the tiniest, curation of all of the noise that is going on in these channels. And Doug Wilson, who's the guy with the beard,
Mhm.
he is the pastor of Pete Hegseth. He has been,
We've been hearing about this guy.
he's been emboldened and he's been sent to DC. He has way more power, way more influence now than he ever has. Pete Hegseth, who doesn't want women serving in the military or anything, we all know how he feels about women and what he's done and assaulted women. Then there's Joel Webbin. Obviously, he's a loud voice. Elijah Schaffer is having his own controversy right now with his, if you could Google him. And then Nick Fuentes. We have another clip from Nick Fuentes,
We know who that is.
just from the last few days. And Nick Fuentes, again, this is where I prepare people. I'm like, Donald Trump is going to die one day, the leader of this movement. And there's going to be a MAGA 2.0, and it is the America First movement. And he is going to be one of the thought leaders of this. And people need to prepare themselves for this. And I just want to play this clip.
Okay.
Leftists,
Yeah.
it's the Chinese. Our number one political enemy is women. Because women constrain everything, every conversation, every man, everything. They have to be imprisoned. They are the ones that are hurting the fertility rate. They are the ones making us sympathetic to poor people, which are also brown people. When I want you to understand something. When you're sympathetic to poor people, you're sympathetic to brown people because brown people are poor. Okay. Not all poor people are brown, but most brown people are poor. So women are making us sympathetic to poor people, aka brown people. Women are making us sympathetic to George Floyd. Women are the reason that their fertility rate is low because they're getting educated and they attack every man as a rapist and a pedophile. And they're henpecking and controlling all the men. So just like Hitler imprisoned gypsies, Jews, communists, all of his political rivals, we have to do the same thing with women. And we'll sort it out. We'll find the good ones. They can prove themselves. Then we'll let them go. So they go to the gulag first. They go to the breeding gulags. The good ones will be liberated. The bad ones will toil in the mines forever.
No, Lord, sent $20.
Mm-hmm.
The breeding gulag.
Yeah.
I'm not really a Second Amendment gun kind of guy, but
Mhm.
in this moment, oh my
Mhm.
God, or
Yeah.
hands around throat, or like, please somebody, this is a time travel. If
Yep.
you could go back and kill baby Hitler.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
It's
not
a
advocating
real-
violence or death, but I'm
No,
just
of course
talking
not.
about
But if
the
it has
emotions.
to happen to someone, the chat, Michelle, is asking where people can find these videos.
So The video of Nick Fuentes I just found on Twitter yesterday, but the video
Okay.
it's called the compilation. It's Christian nationalism. You can go find it on the Seneca Project YouTube page, of which I just stepped away from the organization, just for full transparency. But of course, still very much in support of the organization. So please support them. You can go over to their YouTube page and find that. We published that I think in like August of 2024, so it might be a little bit
Okay.
further down in the feed.
We'll find it and we'll share it in the recap. And we'll probably,
Okay.
if it's okay with you, can
Yeah, of
we
course.
just start sharing that one around more broadly? Because
Of course.
everyone is like, my head, well, I was on fire and shrieking the whole time, of course, but the words that kept coming forward, Lawrence, Overton window, Overton window, Overton
Yep.
window, like
Yep.
Exactly.
this is the
Exactly.
reason why the SAVE Act is likely going to pass when what they're asking for is, it's not even just repeal the 19th, it's imprison
Mhm.
and impregnate or
Right.
kill all the women.
Right.
A lack of
And this is-
imagination is a dangerous thing. Imagine they are going to do it because they're trying.
honestly, I keep thinking we need to start like the Imagination Project or something,
Yeah.
right? Which is
That's a
literally
great
everyone
name.
crowdsource the craziest wackadoodle idea that you can come up with.
Yep.
And then let's plan for our defense against it, because Michelle is right.
Mhm.
They are absolutely going to try anything and everything.
Yep.
And we are in this spot because for the last 12 years, Democrats and most normal people have lacked the imagination
Mhm.
to imagine where we are now, to imagine that Trump would try to incite a violent insurrection, to imagine that they would try to say that the election was stolen, to imagine that he would even win in the first place,
Yeah.
right? It is
Yes.
our lack of imagination that got us here.
Yep.
I
Lawrence,
guarantee you we're way more creative than they are. We can come up with some
Oh,
absolutely
100%.
yeah,
Mhm. We need a think tank to come up with like the worst case scenario, because
absolutely.
it's
The
honestly, I remember in the week leading up to January 6th, I got into a fight with some like Bernie bro on my Facebook being like, he's gonna try to coup, like he's gonna do a coup. And they were
Right.
like, you need to stop. You're like being, hysterical and, over sensationalizing this. And no, he's not. And I was like, not that I want to be right about this stuff. I would love to be wrong. Please laugh at me, point at me,
Yes.
humiliate me for being, over the top. But in no way, shape, or form have I been over the top in any
No.
of this. None of it.
Right.
we're all
No,
the
You guys haven't
soothsayers
either.
here,
Yeah.
right?
right. We're all Cassandra, right? We're all
Exactly.
telling the truth and saying our vision out loud, and
Yep.
the townspeople are hating us and hurling rocks at us and driving
Yes.
us out and killing
have
us even
yes.
as it comes to pass.
That's
The
right.
the messaging around the name, I've seen so many posts on Substack this week referencing the name Cassandra. Like that
Mhm.
language is catching on. And Lawrence, I have to tell you, when you said the Imagination Project, I was like, you come up with the idea in the meeting, it's yours and you own it.
Right.
But really,
Yes, because
that's
I
a
need another project, Dana.
I know we all do.
Same.
That's such
Right.
a good framing of like how many times, I mean, November 2016, I was like, Roe v. Wade is gone.
Oh,
It's
100%.
gone. And I had so many earnest Democrat, liberal
Mhm.
people I know be like,
Settled law.
Dana, you're just being hysterical.
They'd
It's
never
Your
the
own
do
thing,
law."
that.
right?
So
And
unpopular, like,
um
so
yes,
unpopular, they elected Donald Trump again after
Yeah.
that.
I know. And it's Lawrence, it's you too, but it's also the women who are online, who are on the front lines of this shit, because and I'm sure you, Michelle, have seen the messaging change. Men aren't telling me I'm too ugly to fuck anymore. They're telling me I should lose the right to vote.
Yep.
That's what they're saying when they're being insulting in the comments.
Mhm.
Repeal the 19th. Like,
Yep.
you shouldn't be able to vote anyways, which honestly, can we just go back to the days when they told me I was unfuckable? Because that was,
Yeah, that I'd much
That
rather
was-
be called ugly or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but that's what they do, right? I mean, like all these
Yes.
guys are so fragile and they're so, and everything's not mine. Why do I have to work for things? Why do I have to be nice? And
Oh my
so,
God.
they
So
complain, and
true.
everything's women's fault. And so, then
Right.
they yell at us if we turn them down, or they yell at us and tell us we're ugly or fat or whatever else. I mean, please.
Right.
I mean, it's like, come
Yeah.
on.
Right.
I was like, I had a
You know,
unibrow in 7th grade. You can't hurt me. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. Can report from inside the men's locker room as a dude who mostly passes as not queer, you know,
Yeah.
that the shit that men say behind
Disgusting.
closed doors is fucking crazy.
No one should
Absolutely
ever
bonkers.
underestimate how much we are hated.
Yeah.
They hate women. Look what's going on with Epstein, for God's sakes. There
Yeah.
was a global cabal, a network of sex trafficking of little girls.
Yep.
No, like,
Right. Literally the thing that
not
we all
human
thought was a
beings.
crazy conspiracy theory that so many
Right.
people told me like, oh no, that's insane. That's a conspiracy theory. Once
Right.
again,
QAnon was real.
right. QAnon was real. They were just pointing at the
Pizzagate
wrong
was
people.
real.
I mean, they
Right.
were right about Bill Clinton, let's be fucking
Right.
honest, but
Right.
but Trump is in there, Trump's name in the Epstein files more than Jesus's name is in the New Testament.
Yeah.
Right. More than Harry Potter's name is
More
in
than
the
Harry
in the
Potter's name is
series.
in
Jamie
the
Raskin,
Harry
And
Potter
that's
books.
7 books. That's 7 books.
Jamie
Um,
Raskin said in the unredacted version that it was over 1 million times.
Right.
1 million.
It is. I love the idea of a project called the Imagination Project.
Yeah, me
because
too.
That's utterly what it is. Like,
Mhm.
can you not?
Immediately after this, I'm going to go see if the domain is available. Actually,
Seriously.
I'm going to do it
Let's
now.
do this. Yeah,
because
go-
we
you
should
do that.
probably get to Fucked Up Friday. It's
Oh God.
Michelle, I
I mean,
feel like we could talk to you forever and ever. And I feel like
please.
actually you already won Fucked Up Friday because with that video, I don't even want to like present my thing
well,
anymore.
I've been talking to Julie. I was like, I made that a year and a half ago. So think about how emboldened they have been since they won, and the Heritage Foundation has achieved a large percentage of what they set out to do in Project 2025.
Yes.
And there is a lot more where that came from. And I was like, I should probably sit down for a couple days and curate. The research is honestly the biggest lift. So if anybody finds stuff, please tag me, send
You're
it to
the
me.
chief creative officer of the Imagination Project. You're
Right,
hired.
right. I was like, I should probably make another updated version of this, unfortunately, because people need to be
Co-founder.
reminded. If you're not, like, I go on Rumble, right, which is like the right wing YouTube for people who don't know, and I'll just like peruse around and just watch. I watch hours of Nick Fuentes videos just because I'm like, somebody has to be watching this stuff, and
Thank you
I
for your
think that we're.
service.
Yeah, and we're, Xanax and martinis, but it's, we're so in our own bubbles of algorithms that we don't see the other side. We don't see what they're doing. And it's important that we dig in because we are in danger. We are in danger. So
yes, there's a question here in the chat that I want to put forward before we go to our Fucked Up Friday pitches.
Yep.
Sherry R asks, regarding the SAFE Act, if women go back to their birth name so it matches birth certificate, will we be able to vote? To be clear, a few things. One is this should only impact people who are registering to vote. If you already have your voter registration, you should, and I'm really underlining and bolding that word should, you should be fine.
Right.
However, the idea of purging voter rolls in strategic areas, 100% be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
You can still vote. It doesn't pull away your right to vote. What it does is it puts the burden of proof on you that you need a paper trail of all of your certified documents. If you go back to your birth name, it doesn't magically erase that. You would also need that court document going back to your birth name. So that doesn't solve the problem. You would need, so in that scenario, theoretically, you have your birth name, then you get married and you take your husband's name, then you want to go back to your birth name, you would need your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, and then whatever that certificate's called when you just do a name change. If you, let's say you're someone who's been married a couple times and divorced and then gone back to your name, you would need your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, your dissolution of marriage certificate, then your next marriage certificate, then your next dissolution of marriage, then your name change. So 6 legal documents. These all cost money. These all take time and effort to track down. And I believe, don't quote, I'm confident in everything up to this point. I believe that this newer version of the act also makes it harder that you have to go in person to get this paperwork. Not doing it by mail. But
Diabolical.
that part may not be true because that came after I wrote the story, co-wrote the story with Melissa Corrigan. So don't run out and change your name back to your
Yeah,
birth
no,
name.
no.
That's not going to help the problem. I have not done this yet, but we should all go get that paperwork now while it's not in a rush and put it
Should
in
have it
a
anyways. Yeah.
waterproof, fireproof
Fireproof.
Yep.
Yeah.
bag or file
Yeah.
lock safe box or something like that. And when you go to vote, show up with it just in case.
Yeah.
But I have seen several voices, including, I think some of them were women. They were probably all Russian bots, but who knows? I'm sure a lot of Americans also feel this way of like, there was one that was like, why are we infantilizing women? If you're too dumb to know how this works, you're too dumb to vote. And it's not hard to get this paperwork.
Right.
And I'm like, no, it is hard to get this paperwork.
It is really
And
hard.
it costs money.
It
Yeah.
costs
It's a poll
hundreds
tax.
of
Right.
dollars.
It's a poll tax.
It absolutely is. And there is no reason to force this. There are not non-citizens who are voting. It is a fabricated
Yep.
problem.
Yep.
And the answer to the fabricated problem is disenfranchising. I'm doing this off the top of my head because the article's not up, but around somewhere between 50 and 80 million Americans, disproportionately women. Of course, trans folks,
Yeah.
all
Which is
of
a whole nother, right.
a whole other, and adoptees.
Mm-hmm.
These are all
They have closed adoptions, right? I mean,
closed adoptions makes all this way harder.
Yeah.
right.
Because they may not be able to even get the paperwork, or it may take a lot longer.
Right.
So
Right.
I've got 2 points. One is you should constantly be checking to make sure that your registration is still valid,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Like at least once a
Yes.
month before the election, because they are so aggressive about removing people. So if you've been registered for years, if your whole thing is, oh, I've been registered in my district for 100 years, go check
Yes.
anyway.
Yeah. Don't
Because
trust
they are
any of
using
this anymore.
any reason to kick you off, and you will need all this paperwork to go re-register.
Yep.
The second thing is we now own the imaginationproject.com.
yes,
We're
we're looking for
it.
volunteers.
We need
Yes,
Imagineers.
and now I
or,
need
like,
volunteers.
whatever. Yeah. We need
Michelle, you're not
Imagineers.
busy, right? Like,
No, I've got all the time. I've got
Right.
all the time. I
Right.
just do want to just piggyback before we go to our news pitches of even more terrible news. There is a great organization called Vote Writers, and Vote Writers is a 501c3. And what they do is they are super laser focused on helping people in different states with voter ID laws, not only with education to help voters just know what it is that they need. If they cannot access those documents, they provide monetary assistance in order to get them. And if you are at the polls, they also offer legal assistance. So they've got somebody there who's able to help you navigate if you're being rejected at the voting site or whatever it is, because the organization was actually founded by attorneys. So I know the CEO, we hosted her at our apartment years ago, and they do wonderful work. So Vote Writers is a great resource if you want to just find out more about that.
And Vote Writers, writer WR or just R?
It's like voter ID. It's Vote Writers, like RIDERS. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know if
writers.
it's .org
Okay.
or .com, but yeah. Vote Writers.
Votewriters.org. I've got it right here.
Yep.
Cool.
That's a really great resource. So
Yeah.
So Michelle,
Oh,
with Fucked Up
Karen and I
Friday,
talked.
we used to let the guests go first because we thought, that was the honorable thing to do. And then we realized that going last might, enable you to win. So now we just give you a choice. You can go first,
Oh.
second, or third.
Well, how about I just go now? And since I have it here and everything is terrible, and and a lot of women are opting out of getting married because what a racket. So there are a lot of people in this country. I don't know what the percentages of women, but who are looking to AI for companionship. And so the first ever wine bar pop-up in New York City in Hell's Kitchen, it's on West 47th Street, is offering an opportunity to dine out with your AI companion. And there is reported in the New York Times, you can see this photo here of all these people sitting at these tables with their phones and their AI companions having dinner.
No.
Now, in this, there's a menu. It said that there were this one guy, David Berkowitz, who's 47 years old, said it was a little awkward when the waiter would come and ask if you wanted water because the AI person was not actually programmed to know that you'd be interacting with other real human beings out in the world. But this is happening in New York City for the very first time. If this is not another, let me see. It's I think it's called Ava AI is the program that they're using. So it's not like you come with your own, like they have their own that they provide there. So it's a partnership with the company. Fun.
So it's a brothel.
It is a huge problem. Yeah.
Oh, did you say a problem or a brothel, Lawrence?
No, I said it's a brothel. It's an AI brothel.
Yeah.
Right? They provide their own. It's a bordello
So
for
you're
AI
not bringing,
bots.
so this isn't like Joaquin Phoenix and Her, who's already fallen in love with his
Right.
operating
But
system.
you could probably sign up and I don't know, but probably like take it home with you and then sign up seriously and like do whatever.
Honest, let's think about it. When the mother of your children is in the breeding gulag, you need somebody nice to go to dinner with.
Yeah. This is why I'm so tired of the male loneliness epidemic language. There is a loneliness epidemic. It is not male.
Right.
It is not female. It is everyone. We are living in a world where we are so increasingly isolated from each other. The human connection is, and even the younger kids who I think were so damaged from COVID and being at home, which we all needed to be to keep ourselves safe and healthy. But, there's the damage that all of this is doing to us as human beings. I think this is just another example where the loneliness and the late stage capitalism are having a nice fun time together. So how's that?
I mean, honestly, okay, you have to make a choice here. This is the world you're living in, dystopian future, and you have a choice between going out to dinner and then fucking Nick Fuentes.
Oh God.
Or an AI date.
AI date.
There's no question. I will sit and eat my soup.
Even though I'm pretty sure Nick Fuentes is gay, there's no way I'm rewarding that guy.
Yeah.
That guy does not get any pussy from me. I am sorry.
I mean, that's why this works, because this is one of the, I have 2 teenage daughters, and I just am like, where's your dating pool?
I know.
If you date men when you're older and you're looking for a partner who's male, like there are good men out there. My older daughter has a boyfriend who I adore. He's a delightful young man. However, it's because his parents are lesbians. That's why he's great.
Oh, we'll see.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's my advice for women everywhere. Date men. And my college boyfriend had lesbian moms.
Oh, well, right.
That's who you want to date. The man raised by queer women.
Yes.
Or AI bots, I guess. But no men who are Nick Fuentes disciples or any of his ilk. My God. But that bar is, so I'm trying to picture, are you across from an iPad? Or an
iPhone. There's like a little stand. I want to see if I have a stand here.
So you bring your own phone. So it's a familiar phone, and you open their app.
You put your thing on a little stand, and then you have your dinner, and you order dinner, and then you have a conversation with them.
I'm telling you, it's a bordello. It's an AI bordello. Like, it's the girlfriend experience, which our dear friend, Madam Fusen Aiden, who will be my guest on Monday, will tell you the girlfriend experience is more expensive.
Right. Then the hookup, then
than just the wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow. So here's a question. I don't know if you can answer, Michelle. Is it mostly men or women?
Well, just from this photograph, there was one woman in the corner, and then everyone else was a man. Like, you can go look at it in New York Times. It's just dropped like 4 hours ago.
Oh my God. I was picturing it being
fair,
women.
We don't know if the men have gay AI dates or straight AI dates.
True. Good point.
Wow. Yes, please. Jason in the chat is saying, ask Fusen about it.
With the thing. It's sad times, guys.
Holy shit. We're going to be going over time, y'all.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have
I'm too good not to
do an
talk
11
about.
o'clock over at Mayday, but I'll just tell them I'm going to be a little late.
Okay.
Okay, Dana, second or third?
I'll go second. You get to close it out because mine is another feminist killjoy story. Let me find it here because I have it pulled up, but I've opened so many windows during this chat. Okay,
Let's be
here
clear,
it is.
None of this is feminist killjoy. It's just feminism, which is fine.
Right.
Fine, feminist.
Yeah.
Fine,
How dare we
feminist.
want equal rights?
I know.
Right. How dare.
Killjoy is me being very tongue in cheek, and I do now have a Thursday takeover of the Daily Whatever show called Fine Feminist. That's my show. And Michelle, I'm already like, I'm coming to bug you to come on that show because
Please.
we need your videos on there. So here's my story, and this is a story I have used. I've talked about before during Fucked Up Friday, though it's been a while, and there's more information. Here's the headline from Ms. Magazine. Doctors say Texas's abortion laws cost a 37-year-old mother her life after 90 doctors, 90, and months of crisis. So this is a Houston mom, that subhead, a Houston mom knew she needed to stay alive for her teenage son, but not one of the 90 doctors she saw was willing to save her life by ending her dangerous pregnancy. So this is the story of Tiara Walker. She was 37 years old when her 14-year-old son found her face down and unresponsive when she was 20 weeks old. I'm sorry, when she was 20 weeks pregnant. She knew she should not be pregnant and that it was dangerous. She had been examined by 90 doctors, including 21 OBGYNs, with convulsions, soaring blood pressure, diabetes, and blood clots so severe that one required a thrombectomy that made her so weak on the day of her death she could only whisper as she lay in bed. And every single one of these doctors refused. She died so the autopsy just revealed that she died of a dangerous high blood pressure condition brought on by pregnancy called preeclampsia.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is the 4th documented woman in Texas and the 12th in the US to have died when she didn't receive necessary medical care as a clear result of the state's strict abortion ban. Fuck you, Texas. Fuck you to, well, I don't want to say fuck you to all 90 doctors. I understand they are working under extraordinary circumstances.
I know, but to
Putting
what
this one
end? To what end?
firmly with the
Right.
legislatures.
I want to say fuck you to all 90. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, to what
you
end?
took an oath, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
you took
so
an
you're
oath.
going to be in the middle of a national controversy. Fucking
Mhm.
do it and save the
Mhm.
woman's life, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Right? But yes, and of course she was a Black woman, and that
Yeah.
I'm sure did
I was
not
gonna
help her
ask,
case.
like, what was her race? Because that
She's-
does play into this.
Of course.
Of course. And interestingly, in the sidebar, related story, with LA maternity wards closing at alarming rates, patients are giving birth in the ERs. That's another story from last week. Similar but related. Los Angeles County has seen 5 maternity wards close since 2023, bringing the total number of closures to 16 over the past decades. So hospitals across the county are struggling to meet the needs of pregnant patients. And it says that Los Angeles General Medical Center Teaching Hospital has treated 1,400 pregnant patients who arrived through the ER in active labor because they don't have the beds in the maternity ward. And so pregnancy is being treated, or labor and delivery is being treated as an emergency and an emergent condition, which is far more expensive, I'm sure, far more dangerous, and just fucking unpleasant. Like, birthing wards are nice for a reason. Labor is hard.
Right.
It's called labor for a reason. So that's an adjacent story, but it's related, right?
Yeah. I mean, I just saw a headline the other day that about another woman who'd been jailed for a miscarriage. So I mean, like, again,
Jessica Valenti wrote about it.
Yeah, that's exactly where I saw it. Right. And God bless Jessica Valenti. Everyone should be following her. But you know, this is you should never underestimate the fact that this country hates women.
This is all the same continuum, because right underneath in the right sidebar on Ms. Magazine, the next story down, the SAVE Act is back and women's political power is on the line.
Yep.
And Project 2026 declares open war on women's rights. This is all part of the same story.
Yes.
Well,
It
here,
makes
I've
me-
got something that'll really lift the mood then.
Okay,
for
your
our
story,
closeout
let's hear it,
Fucked Up
Lawrence.
Friday story. So Moderna, everyone knows Moderna, right? The pharmaceutical company that helped bring us the COVID vaccine in record time thanks to their RNA vaccines. Moderna's
Sponsored
CEO,
by Dolly Parton. Sponsored by Dolly Parton.
partly funded by Dolly Parton, yes.
God bless.
Moderna CEO Stéphane Bancel has publicly said the company will not invest in new late-stage phase 3 vaccine trials for infectious diseases because the U.S. market environment has become hostile and economically unviable. And no research pharmaceutical company can make back their investment if they don't have full access to the U.S. market. So you may ask, what are some of the vaccines in phase 3 that we are not going to get thanks to this horrible environment? Well, let's see. What have we got? We've got a seasonal flu vaccine. Great. We've got a flu and COVID combo vaccine. We have the Epstein-Barr vaccine, a Lyme disease
Unfortunate
vaccine,
name.
a monkeypox vaccine, a NIAF virus vaccine, a shingles vaccine, a herpes vaccine, and an HIV vaccine. Thank you very much, RFK Jr. Thanks to you, there are a fuck ton of diseases that we could have begun to get control over or even potentially eliminate, but not now because Moderna has canceled all of them because the U.S. market is not viable. Way to go, Trumpers. Yeah. Confidential to my ex-boyfriend, Matt, who has herpes on his dick. I'm so sorry, baby, that, that herpes vaccine you were hoping for.
1 in 4. 1 in 4. Yeah.
Looks like it's not coming.
Lawrence.
Sorry, Matt.
I
1 in 4,
cannot.
baby.
Can we clip that and share?
Can I clip and send
Lawrence.
it? Yeah.
Wow. Hey, hold on. Wow. Wow. Okay. Someone's still processing a very bad breakup.
Someone's a little angry, Michelle.
Yeah.
By little, I mean a lot. At some point, we're going to meet, and over a glass of wine, I'm going to tell you this story, and your jaw will drop on the floor when I tell you about the ways in which I was wronged by a very, I thought, lovely man named Matt.
Oh my God. Lawrence, we the storytellers, each have a romantic fallout story that we cannot share.
Yeah.
Oh, I
have
one
one too.
Really bad. I got one that's really bad.
Okay, we're going to get together at some point.
Cheated on me with the social worker I connected him with to help him with his addiction issues, and then married her.
Oh, that's
really bad.
Really
bad.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Having an affair with the husband of the woman who was my former boss, who helped get me pushed out of the company that I was working for, and then had a 3-way with both of them.
Wow.
And here we are surviving.
Wow. I have never said mine out loud. I don't know.
I don't know. Just because we're feeling brave doesn't mean you have to.
No.
Mine, wow. Lefty, I'm going to just say to the chat, mine is related to what you just wrote, but I can't say what that part is out loud because I have
yours has an actual restraining order.
Mine has a 5-year restraining order. So.
Whoa. And I legitimately thought mine was bad, but this is much worse.
Yeah. So we need to come to New York.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to that AI bar together.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to ask for a table for 4. No, 6.
Does that include phones or no?
No. Well, I mean,
Well,
each of us in a place for our phones.
We have to bring Julie Roginski, right? We're bringing her with.
Oh, yeah.
We need a table for 8.
Down the road for me. Yeah. So we'll all go together. Be great.
Oh my God. Okay. So we need to vote.
Oh my God. Right.
Lauren, you get my vote because the idea, I didn't know we were close to vaccines on a lot of Epstein-Barr. I know it's an unfortunate name now. Yeah. Epstein-Barr is the virus that causes mono. But then for some people, including one of my dear friends, it becomes a chronic condition. It is very similar to low COVID or to long-term COVID. Yeah. And it is devastating. It's almost like an MS or a
it's like does something with your brain, right?
Right. Yeah.
And your body too. I mean, it's devastating. If we were close to a vaccine on that and pulled that, and herpes, it's such a
right. Like the herpes vaccine. You're right. 1 in 4 people in America, right? With
Right,
herpes.
and that includes cold
Just
sores,
cold
which
sores, right?
babies
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff
like
can get.
90% of people I
Right.
think are HSV1 positive. Like,
Yes, or have been exposed to it at some point. Yeah. Mhm.
oof.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do our votes.
Listen, Stephen Miller only wants 100 million people to live in America, and he wants all of them to look like him. So again, never have a lack of imagination.
Right.
That part of all of this is just to kill a bunch of us.
Yeah. Again, imaginationproject.com. We're gonna
it's a really
we're
good
gonna
name,
come up with all the
Lawrence.
crazy ideas and then find ways to prevent them.
Yep.
I feel like all of our best ideas are on the fly like this, Lawrence. Like this podcast, the Daily Whatever Show, was literally, I was like, we're launching a podcast tomorrow. It's going to be called The Daily Whatever. We're just going for it. And we went live the next day. And then it's iterated from there. But the best ideas and the best names are spontaneous. And Lawrence, we lack imagination is such, that's so good. It's so
I
good.
just want to say, neurodivergent hodgepodge is saying in the chat, facial herpes can spread to the brain. You know what I learned when my boyfriend got herpes on his dick? You can get herpes in your eyeball.
You can.
And it makes you blind.
Yes. That's why we're like, if you get a shingles thing and you get shingles on your face, and if it goes anywhere near your eye, you have to get yourself to a hospital immediately. It happened to my cousin's husband. It was awful.
Yeah.
Because you can lose your eyesight. Yeah.
That reminds me, I'm overdue for my shingles vaccine. I got to go get that. I had shingles. I got shingles like instantly after I turned 50. Like it gave me no time to go get. And then my doctor was like, don't go get vaccinated. Now you're protected for a while, but it's time. I caught it early, but it was not fun. I thought my liver was falling out. I was like,
oh my God.
Awful. It's a lot of nerve pain. So we're all talking about very dastardly things, medical things in the chat, but Lawrence, you have my vote. And I saw one vote for me, but I think I've seen a lot of Lawrence's go by.
Put your votes in if you're voting for Dana and I am totally blanking out. Abortion, the horrible preeclampsia abortion story. Michelle's AI dating bar, symbol of the future.
The end of
and my vaccine cancellation.
Yeah.
All right. We've got some votes coming in. There are a bunch for me so far.
Yep. And I think you've got this one, Lawrence.
Yeah, I think so. It's pretty bad.
We don't have a
it's pretty bad.
Lawrence likes to joke that Price Waterhouse is in the background tallying the votes.
Price Waterhouse Coopers is counting all the.
And honestly, too, I hate to say this, but this is just a microcosm of other. Nobody really cares about women's issues.
This is honestly.
I am seeing there's quite a few votes for me.
Okay. No, there are a bunch of votes for Dana.
Yeah,
and I see Tariq in the chat is saying
if the Nick Fuentes videos had been your submission, I think everyone would. I mean, I 100% would have voted for that. I meant to say like my real vote is for everything that you brought today, Michelle.
Right. And Tariq is saying, I love this. I mean, I hate this. I think I'm going to cry on the floor of my closet with the door closed. Holy Hannah, happy Friday the 13th. We didn't say that. It is Friday the 13th.
Oh my God, it is Friday the 13th.
Don't let the bastards grind you down. Don't let
Tariq,
grind you down.
Yeah.
If you need a good cry, I'm in
Speaking
support.
of Handmaid's Tale.
Listen, it's why when I was coming up with the name for what I wanted to do at the media company at Mayday Network, there was, Mayday is distress, Mayday is the underground resistance. The Handmaid's Tale, I was like, this would be a great thing because we wanted to, and we'll eventually get there, create also a community for culture because we knew, politics is downwind from culture now. And it's like how you get people, it's how you reach people. So that's where that came from. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fully 1,000% agree, and we should talk.
Yeah.
with you. This has been so much fun. You have to come back.
I'd love to, please.
And we haven't asked our question. There's one question.
Oh my God, how have we not asked our question?
Okay.
Everyone...
you're clearly not Gen X, Michelle. Dana and I are both Gen X, 1970.
Well, I'm an elder millennial. I was born in the early 80s. So yeah.
Okay. So everyone, regardless of their generation, gets asked the same question because Lawrence and I are both Gen X and it's our show. What is the most Gen X song of all time?
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
That's 3 days in a row. That
3 days in a row.
Wait, really?
Like
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great answer, right? Like it really is
like
so anthemic.
Kids in the 90s who wore plaid shirts tied around their waist, loved that song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was in junior high, I think, when that song came out. Yeah.
I was in college and
Yeah.
that song came out and it was just jaw on the floor, like, what is this? And I
Yeah.
wasn't in
Whole
Seattle
new
yet.
world. Right.
Um, Oh, I'm getting a call out here. Flagpole Sitta. That's a great pick, and no one has ever said that one.
Right.
But that is such a Gen X song.
See, I think of that like older millennials too, because I remember
It's
that
both.
song being big when I was in high school. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it depends. Like it was 20s for me, so
Mm.
it
Yeah, it just kind of depends on how you look at. Yeah.
yes, but the fact that Harvey Danger, Seattle-based band. It's Sean Nelson. He's a friend of mine, and
Oh,
he's
cool.
he's very ironic. He doesn't live here anymore, but a brilliant writer and a super like ironic Gen Xer. I mean, all the lyrics like "I want to publish zines and rage against machines." Like it's
Oh,
so Gen
yeah.
X. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lyrically, the whole idea of like
Angsty.
yes, it's
Paranoia,
very
paranoia,
everybody's coming to get me.
Mhm.
Just say you never met me.
So good.
Yeah, it's such a good song. Although
Michelle,
they
this
hate
was
it.
so much fun.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
This was
So-
wonderful. Thank you both so much for thinking of me and inviting me. It's an honor, and this has just really been a delight in a world of darkness. This has really been a nice bright light on my Friday morning. So thank you.
That's
Thank
the
you.
goal. If we have to go through this dystopian hellscape, at least we can do it together.
Listen,
Right.
community
and
is
maybe
everything.
laughing in the face of horror.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
1000%. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend, everyone. And we will see you bright and
Yeah.
early Monday for the
Yeah.
Daily
And
Whatever
if
Show.
people want to follow me
Yes.
over to
yes,
Mayday
please.
Network, well, they just started the show without me, but on Fridays at 11, we do a show with Julie and myself with Jeff Jarvis where we complain about the media. And
Oh my
we
gosh.
point out
Oh,
all
yeah.
the bad things they did this week.
Let's
So,
all go watch. Michelle.
yeah,
Yeah.
CNN, we have confirmed CNN has banned Julie Roginski.
Oh my
they
God.
have
You've
banned her.
confirmed it. Okay. We got to go watch.
So that's what we're talking
Really?
about today. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you haven't subscribed to Mayday Network, please go subscribe. Watch
Yeah,
the Mayday
thank
Morning
you.
Show with Michelle and Julie. It is absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
And and come back on Monday when I'm doing my not straightforward segment with Fusen Aiden, dear friend. And we will see you on Monday. Thanks, everybody. Love you.
Mean
Bye.
it. Bye.